Welcome back to Morning Express, and today is Thursday, so it's time for Tech Central, where we look at technology and how technology basically solves your problems. And joining me this morning is Brian Gashari. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Michael.
And Brian is the chairman of PRC, and PRC basically stands for Property Reality Company.
Yes, it is.
Property Reality Company. Now, tell me a little bit about Property Reality Company.
So, Michael, Property Reality Company is a real estate company. It's a real estate company that sells mostly land. So we go get large chunks of land, service the property, and then sell it.
Okay.
Yes.
And you've decided that technology is useful for you in one way or the other, and we'll get to that. But you've employed the use of virtual technology.
Yes.
Why did you find that necessary?
Okay, what used to happen, basically, a lot of weekends we take our customers to site, but we wanted to find a remote way to give our customers the experience. So we came up, I came across a technology called virtual reality, and I happened to meet the guys who are doing it in the country, and we partnered to create these experiences. So if you're in your office or if you're unable to visit the site, you can actually feel and see the whole experience as if you went to the site. And that's what virtual reality helps to do. So
it's basically creating a convenient platform where I'm able to look at the site that you're selling,
yes,
and make a decision based on that.
Exactly.
How accurate is it?
It is extremely accurate because the pictures and the videos are of the actual site. It's even better because you can see, for example, in our first experience, you're able to see things from the air, and you can see things in a way that your eyes, when you're walking, you cannot be able to see. Yes.
Now, one of the worries and what I've found with many buyers is that you kind of feel, touch is almost something that you want to identify with. And with a piece of land, I want to see where exactly is it situated, how far is it from, my neighbor and stuff like that. Am I able to get that from your virtual reality technology?
Currently, what you can do is have a feel. You can see how the site is, you can have the full 360 feel of the property. That is what you're able to see. But it's not a replacement for the traditional. And if you still want to go visit the site and have a feel, you can do that. But if you do not have the time to do that, you can actually see and go through the virtual reality experience and have a feel like as if you went to the site.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, how do I know when I'm looking at this site that it actually exists? Because the thing about going there physically is the fact that I can tell this is exactly where I went. When now we go virtual, you could show me a piece of land in Colorado.
You see, the thing is this, Michael. When you go on site, you will then relate that on what you saw in virtual reality or on our experience. So there's no way it has to be the same. Okay. So when you go to site and as you see it on virtual reality or through this experience, you'll go and relate. You can be able to see that I saw a lake here, I saw a couple of hills there. So you can be able to relate with what you saw in virtual reality.
So like you mentioned earlier, it's not replacing the actual going to site, but it gives me an idea so that I guess after I have seen that, now I can make the decision whether I want to go. And maybe out of the virtual reality, I can decide this is not the kind of piece of land I'm looking for.
Exactly.
Okay. Does this technology only work for a piece of land, or can I see a house?
You can see a house. You can see basically anything. You can see all the rooms. Actually, we are planning because there's a project we are starting on in January next year, and we want to create that experience as well. Because when a lot of buyers do not understand the idea of space. So when you're buying something off-plan, somebody will tell you the kitchen will be here, but you're unable to understand what will be the size of that room. So we're actually working with our partners so that we're able to create that experience. So when people are buying property off-plan, they can be able to see and understand the rooms much, much better.
All right. I guess this is the part that I enjoy most, and this is where we put the technology to the test. Again, remember, this is an opportunity for you to tell us whether it's a hit or a miss. Is it something you'd use, or is it something very good on paper, and that's where it belongs? So this is where now we put it to the test. I'll use the bookshelf this morning to put that. And basically, you can run me through what we have here so that we'll understand.
So I'll show you this. You'll have to wear this, and all the viewers will see exactly what
I'm able to see.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I've seen gamers and people wear this, and I must say it feels very weird to be in a room where I'm not seeing anything, but I can see what's
So we'll be able to see exactly what you're seeing.
Do I have to face this way?
No.
Okay, I can face anywhere.
Anywhere.
All right. So hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm seeing. I can see PRC. Hopefully you're seeing it at home as well. Oh, Kikope Ridge. Now that it's Kikope, will I be able to get some meat?
So you'll be able to turn around, see, look up, down.
Oh, I can see the sky.
It was a clear day that day.
Oh, wow.
You can see the meat
Kikope
place.
Chill Zone area. I think I've been there, by the way. So as I turn, I'm able to see,
The
I
whole,
can see the road there.
yes.
And cars passing. Okay, are we on air now? Oh
You're
my
on
God.
air. So that's the property we're selling.
Uh-huh. Which one exactly?
The one down.
Down there?
Yes.
Okay. When I look up, I see the drone.
So that's the lake.
Okay. Wow, this is pretty impressive, I must say. Feels a bit like a video game, though.
Yes. So that's the actual property we're selling. So it gives an aerial view of the property. Yes.
And
That's a lake which is not too far from the property. Make sure you don't get into the water.
Can I? I want to see if my leg will get wet. Oh, she's back.
Yes.
Okay.
So
The amazing thing is that when I look around, I actually see what's around.
yes,
And I guess that's the whole point.
yes.
Oh, yeah, it's there. Lake
Yeah.
Tighter.
So you can have a full experience without having to go on site.
This is quite impressive.
And I have to add that this is the first in sub-Saharan Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So this is where we're doing the roads on site. So
This is what you're developing.
yes.
Okay.
So as you visit the site, you'll try and relate with what you saw in the virtual reality.
Okay. And all along, if I turn, I can. Oh, there's Kikope there.
Yes. And that's the sleeping warrior, the famous sleeping warrior.
Oh, that one there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I know that. You normally see it on the highway. On
Yes.
the way to Nakuru.
Yes.
We're back in the air.
That's a drone.
The only thing is, when I look down, I'm expecting to see my feet. But I can't see them. But I guess they were not there on that day. Ooh, time for a picnic.
Yes.
So do I
You can sit down
maybe
and
sit and see whether we... I'm trying to get the... I don't have a
Can I
glass.
get you a
That's
sandwich?
not fair. That's just not fair.
so that's the whole experience.
Okay.
Yes.
That is that the end of...
That's the end.
Wow. I must say that's
How was the experience?
pretty interesting experience right
Yes.
there. Let's see if I can get this out. So generally speaking, what technology are you using to run this? Because I see that the profit and,
Yeah.
what exactly the experience is. I'm able to feel like I'm there.
Yes.
But what do you use to do this?
I know the partners, as I said, is a company called Rhino, and they are the ones who came up with the whole plan, the whole platform and everything. Us, we just use the experience. But there are different sorts of cameras they use, unlike what we normally use. Yes, yeah.
Okay, and you'd also mentioned that on Facebook you're able to do a 360.
Yes.
I don't know if it's virtual, but that's 360. How does that work?
For Facebook, on a YouTube video, which is at Property Reality, you can be able to see the 360 video. But if you go on Facebook, you're able... No, on YouTube, YouTube allows for virtual reality.
And maybe I'll just put it to the test here so that
Yes.
we see how this works. Let me see if we can go to YouTube. So does this give me the same experience that I got there?
Yes, but you need to get the virtual reality glasses, but you can have a full 360 experience. Yes.
Okay, what should I be looking for here?
Let me go to...
And hopefully I have enough bundles. Director nitumie tu bundles hivi mazee, unajua kuna vile.
So I need to.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll also try and search it there. What should we be looking for? And I'd like you to try it also at home so that you're able to experience this. What should we be searching for on YouTube?
Go to Experience Kikope in virtual reality.
Experience Kikope in virtual reality.
The YouTube channel is Property Reality Company.
Okay.
Yes.
Just repeat that YouTube channel again.
It's Property Reality Company. That's one word.
And I want us to try this so that you can tell me whether you're experiencing that. Hopefully, we're able to also hook this up on our system so that we can see it. Experience Kikope's Paradise in virtual reality. And I'm going to be viewing it here just a bit. Let me know if we have it up there so that we're able to go through it. But now, with this one, with this, we're basically able to take this up and you know,
And go
I guess
through.
it's already working.
Yes. So you can move the whole
Oh, there you go. And
phone.
now, on the computer, I guess they'll not be able to move up and down.
Yes.
But what I can see right here is that with this particular video, as I move it, I literally go round.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can imagine, let's say you're in the diaspora. You've heard of these stories of people sending money and then things do not get or whatever. You can actually go and experience the whole experience here and you'll know exactly what you're buying.
Okay.
So you can even move with your hand as well.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the one they're using up there, I think, is on a computer, so that might not.
Yes.
Oh, but I wish they could see this at home. But basically, as I move my phone up, it literally shows me the sky. When I move down, it shows me the cars passing.
You can
when I
go
move round,
yes.
I can see all the other kiosks that are there. And it gives you a virtual experience. I think this is the same video that we watched
Yes, it
on
is.
the other clip.
Yes.
But this is amazing. It is
Yeah.
pretty amazing to see.
So it's very interactive. You know, you work on your phone. It's also
Okay. Yeah, and let me see if I can show them right here on camera one. You see when I take it up, you see the drone. When I turn my phone, you can see the lake there. If I turn around, hopefully I can turn it, and you can see basically, I'm trying to get this straight. Basically, you can see a 360 image of what is going on. Again,
Yes.
I turn it up. You see the sky, that's the sun right there. If I turn it down, we see the ground. I'm trying to have this straight. Then this way, oh, there she is. And she tells us to look this way. We can look this way. Unfortunately, you can't turn around with me because the camera I'm using is not 360, but we shall try and invest in one of those. But excellent. Well, very good technology. I must say this is definitely a hit. And how have you gone about letting people know that this is possible?
You can check on our Facebook page. We've also been going for home expos and shopping malls and showing our potential buyers this experience.
Okay.
Yeah, and also putting it online.
All right.
Yeah.
And how do you see this working out maybe in the future? What's the future of this technology? Because I'm imagining in the world that we are living in right now, the convenient world that we are living in, some of the people don't have time. So it would be nice for me to see a property and literally settle on it without necessarily going. Do you see us getting there?
Yeah, exactly. This is really, really cutting edge. It's a whole 360 approach. As you know, previously, we weren't able to see or experience anything in 360. So as you said, if you're home or you have a busy schedule or if you're abroad and you want to invest back in Kenya, you can actually go and have a feel of the whole property that you plan to invest in a 360 way. So it's
Do you
really
have
cutting
anything
edge.
that you've maybe cut apart from this one now, which is something, and we can see what's happening right there. That's
Yes.
on YouTube.
Yes.
Do you have some properties that you've already put up on your website or maybe your
Yes.
platform so that
Yes.
somebody can view?
Exactly. The current one we are doing is Kikope Ridge, which is on our Facebook platforms, our YouTube platforms, and all our other platforms. So if anyone wants to do that, they can experience that. However, we are also working and trying to push the technology further. As we earlier mentioned, we are trying to see whether we can do spaces, and so that if you're buying something off plan, you can understand the space before before actually purchasing it.
Okay, and now that's the thing. And let's look at spaces, especially with houses, because I know when you're looking for a house, for the ladies it'll be the kitchen, for the guys maybe it'll be the sitting room or the entertainment area. You want to feel in terms of how would I set up my house? How will I be able to tell space virtually? Because I am seeing, but there's just something about, like now when we're in this room, I can tell if I put a sofa there, it'll reach here. How will I be able to do that?
What we'll do is we'll put a screen and explain this is the size of the screen. We'll have sofas there. So you'll be able to see that in my room and how I'll do my sitting room, these are the sort of furniture I'll have there. And by that, you'll be able to understand the space. So with visually, you'll be able to know this is how far the room goes. Because we've heard of cases where people buy property off plan, and then when they actually are, when they're being handed over to them, they wonder, they're in shock, like, I did not think this room was like this and this. But with VR, you're able to understand and feel those spaces much, much better. So it's a very big plus for customers.
Okay.
Yes.
And how long have you used this technology? We've
actually used it for about a month now, so it's really, really new.
It's quite new.
Yes, and it's the first in sub-Saharan Africa in terms of real estate. This is really cutting edge.
Okay.
Yes.
What gave you the idea to do that? What made you bold enough to do that? Because I'm sure it must be quite an investment as well.
Yes. I was trying to research on what could be disruptions in the real estate sector. And during my research, one of the disruptions that were mentioned was virtual reality. And I was doing a lot of research, and we do not have many producers who do virtual reality. But I was very happy to have found a company called Black Rhino in Kenya, and it was very, very shocking that they actually were doing this. So it's a really, really, to me it was amazing.
It's cutting edge.
It's cutting edge.
Okay, and where do you see this in the future?
One thing is in terms of houses. So when people are investing in property, I see people demanding to understand the space through virtual reality. So I see a lot of property developers, land sellers adapting this technology, yes, and customers insisting on seeing this before purchasing.
All right. Now, one of the areas, obviously, that Kenya we suffer is conmen.
Yes.
Because you'll go to a piece of land, even when you go physically, somebody can sell you a piece of land that actually does not exist or belongs to somebody else. Are you going to address that area? Because, I mean, you're bringing convenience, but at the same time, there's that risk factor.
Yes. I think, Mike, that's another way, actually. I didn't think of that. When you see something on the VR and you go on site, customers will demand to see what they've seen on virtual reality. So that's another way to stop. Because some conmen, what they do is that they show you something on paper, but when you go on ground, they show you something, they sell to you something different. So this is a way to also cap that, yes.
And do you intend on expanding maybe to other cities? I imagine this is probably available in Nairobi. Is it available in Nakuru, Mombasa, Kisumu?
This weekend we're in Nakuru. We were at the mall in Nakuru, and we were actually showing our potential customers that experience. So yes, we are definitely going to other cities.
Okay. Yes. What's the response like? What are people saying about it?
It's amazing, amazing, amazing. The number of views we have on our Facebook page, on our YouTube videos.
I've seen right now, I think it was something like, was it 9,000?
9,000 views. So it's really, really amazing. Everywhere we go, people are in shock. Everyone is turning around, trying to say, naona here. So the response has been amazing.
Okay. Yes. And is the response, are you able to get conversions? And the reason I ask that is because if I saw this at a mall, I'd probably enjoy it because I'm used to seeing games. And I think maybe it's just another game. But a conversion would really now be what I would go with as having sold. Do we have any conversions?
Yes, we've had a good number of conversions with this. We've also had a good number of interest that have wanted to take it to go to site. So people sit in the malls and they call us back and say, could I please see the property you showed me on virtual reality on site? And when they come back, they tell us it's the same property. But yes. So the conversions have been very, very good. The response has been out of this world.
Okay, and just to give you some of the response that is coming in via Twitter, that is definitely a hit I would definitely want to see, and that is socoprice.co.ke. We've got Boss George who says, okay, that's to do with election and a question that we were asking earlier on. I like the technology. It looks like one that could sell. It is definitely a hit. So far, it looks like we've got quite a number of hits right there. And in terms of maybe developing it, do you see it changing now from property to other areas?
Yes.
For instance, if I maybe wanted to buy a car, would it be something that maybe could be translated to use?
Yes. If you actually look at the BMW, Mercedes websites, they're actually exploring this. Yes, especially things that are about to be launched or
Okay. Well, that's, I guess, it. And thank you very much for, displaying and bringing us this virtual reality and selling property in a new way. Definitely technology working for you. And what are some of the challenges that you foresee with this?
I think the biggest challenge we had seen earlier, because it's new, we are not too sure about the response, but the response has been quite well. The other challenge is the question of, is it real or is it imagined?
So you get people who are skeptical.
Skeptical, yeah. Okay. But over time, I think that will change.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, in terms of general cost, because I'm sure people will probably want to also know, roughly, is it an expensive exercise to have this done compared to organizing? Because I know that's what some of the sellers do. Get people to meet on a Saturday, get a bus, drive them to the property and back. In terms of now, is it cost effective?
It is. It's roughly, if I give the figure, it's between about $7,000 to $10,000. That's the cost of doing the whole experience. But it's much cheaper if you look at it in the long run. Because what we're able to do is we're able to say go to Mombasa and sell somebody property in Kisumu, which is on the other side, without them having to go there.
So if you look at that trip, they already know what they're going to see.
Exactly, yes. So we've got people who've purchased based on that experience. Okay. So if you look at it in terms of that, it's a much affordable venture.
All right.
Yes.
Well, Brian, thank you very much. Most appreciated. And that's where we're going to wind up. And thank you very much for staying with us and keeping us right here on Morning Express. This is where we'll wind up and call it a day. Otherwise, would like to wish you all a fantastic and a wonderful day from a very dedicated team that ensures Morning Express comes to you every single morning. We say a big thank you for watching. Have yourselves a wonderful